What's going on? Mitchell Rentz, Tom Downey here. You're watching NFL Daily on Chat Sports. We're going to do a Q&A now around the draft. This is Tom's birthday, Christmas, all together in one. Better than his wedding day.
It is my birthday in a week. So
that's really?
Fair. Yeah.
Mahalo. So use hashtag draft to get your questions here on the show. I'm just basically going to turn the keys over to Tom because this is his absolute favorite time of the year. So, Tom, who is your favorite college player right now?
To watch, it's Chase Young.
Okay.
He is awesome.
Can you watch him right now?
Well, I meant for like the year. It's Chase Young. I think he's been absolutely incredible so far.
I'll tell you what.
I like watching guys like
Joe Burrow right now is my guy to watch.
Joe Burrow has more passing yards this year than 4 college football teams have total yards.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
So who's your favorite college player right now? Throw that one in the comments section. And also 6 of 1 says, happy birthday, Tom. Let's go to Malcolm Lloyd. What up, dude? Joe Burrows, Justin Herbert, Tua, or Jalen Hurts. Who's going first?
Before the injury, it was a Burrow-Tua discussion with a little bit of Justin Herbert mixed in there. I think it's going to be Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
A team is either going to need a quarterback at number 1, or if a team like the Redskins gets that top pick, sell it to a team that needs a quarterback. So I think Burrow goes number 1 overall.
Like the question, make sure that you guys are using hashtag draft to get on our special live NFL draft Q&A. Let's go to Nathaniel Carner. How far does Tua go down? So this is unfortunate.
I don't know. Like I don't know what Tua's draft stock looks like. That is a gigantic question mark. Nobody knows. We don't know how he's going to recover from that hip injury. It was a dislocation and a posterior wall fracture. That's like the Bo Jackson injury, except Bo Jackson had a bad reaction, like an extra condition on top of that from the injury. It's a totally different century now. Like the injury, the recovery is different. I just don't know. I think if I had to guess, turns pro, someone probably takes him in round 1 because he was going to be a top 5 pick if healthy, but he lost a lot of money, and he's fallen in the draft now because of that injury. There's just a lot of unknown right now.
It's really sad, so I think we should give Tua some respect. Type Tua in the comments below. Let's go to D4K Prescott. Should the Cowboys draft a safety or defensive tackle first?
As you know, Mitch, the problem is resolved if they just take Juan Thornhill instead of Tristan Hill. Then you just take Javon Kinlaw in round 1. Boom, we fixed all the problems. Crazy. I also think corner is an area you need to watch out for. Byron Jones, the now injured Anthony Brown, both free agents. Not a whole lot behind Cheeto and Jordan Lewis if those guys walk. I think safety, corner, or DT is where they end up going. The problem is, despite spending a second-round pick on a DT last year, you have to take another one this season. You have to. You can't go into that with just Tristan Hill as your starter.
Well, it's time to go over now to my man Peter. What up, Peter? Should Sam Ehlinger declare for the draft? If so, where would he end up?
I don't want to see Ehlinger declare. Not because I don't like him, I do. I think Sam Ehlinger is a perfect quarterback to go back to school, try and develop. Maybe your stock doesn't rise that much, but if you go back to school, he gets to go to the Senior Bowl. And for a player like Ehlinger, I think is a fantastic leader and has a lot of those intangibles that you want, getting a chance to play under NFL coaches would be big for him. In the end, I think he's kind of more of an early day 3 type guy. Maybe he can sneak into round 3 or 2, depending on how the draft board falls. But I think he should go back to school, go to the Senior Bowl, help his stock that way.
Go to school. Let us know in the comments section what school you go to or went to. How about that? I went to Centenary. Shout out to Hackettstown, New Jersey. Let's go to Troy Daniels. What up, Troy? Which team will have the most players drafted this year, and which position will have the most players drafted?
I'm going to focus on round 1 because I haven't done the full workups, but it's either way, it's probably going to be Alabama. They might have 5 or 6 guys in round 1. Position-wise, if you group offensive line as one position, it's going to be that. If you don't, you can always be corner. I would say to keep an eye out for receiver this year. It is a really strong class if everybody comes out, especially at the top.
Let's go to Fernando Gonzalez. Hashtag draft. Top 3 cornerbacks in the 2020 draft. So make sure you guys are using hashtag draft to get your questions here live on our NFL Draft live Q&A.
I think your first 2 are Jeffrey Okudah out of Ohio State, Christian Fulton out of LSU. That 3rd spot becomes a little bit dicey. It would have been Bryce Hall for me. He's coming off an ankle injury. Paulson Adebo's been pretty up and down this year. I like C.J. Henderson. I like Sean Wade out of Florida and Ohio State, respectively. I'm going to go with Trevon Diggs because he's what NFL teams want. He's long. He's fast. He can make some plays on the ball. I think that's the way to go.
Long, fast. Those are some good ball skills there, Tom. I'm surprised you actually didn't use that word.
I tried not to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I got something else that's pretty good for you guys. It's at FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. How many of y'all play fantasy football? Type FF in the comments below. So we got $5 free with your initial deposit. And if you want to challenge me or if you want to challenge Tom, you can hit me up at MitchellRens365. That's at What Going Downey. But you got to go to FanDuel. FanDuel.com/chatsports and play now. $5 free with that initial deposit. So if your regular fantasy football season is crap, or I don't know, if you're a Bengals fan and watching them is painful, go play daily fantasy at FanDuel. FanDuel.com/chatsports. Go Eagles. Malcolm Lloyd, I see you typing FF. Go, get started. I love food, but I don't like you. #draft. Where does Chuba go?
That's a tough one. I'm not surprised producer Dylan, the Oklahoma State grad, brought this one up. I'm a big fan of Hubbard. I've been really impressed by his play this year. His problem is not going to be his talent. It's going to be that he's part of a very strong running back class this year. You've got Travis Etienne. You've got DeAndre Swift. You've got Jonathan Taylor, J.K. Dobbins, Najee Harris out of Alabama. You've got other guys in the mix too. Benjamin, Arizona State. Cam Akers from Florida State. You could even go with the Zach Moss from Utah if you want to go with a veteran player. I think he goes on day 2. It's going to kind of come down to which NFL team which wants what type of back. There's a big, strong group of them. He'll bring value, I think, on day 2 in the NFL draft.
Let's go to one of our most loyal watchers on YouTube, Caleb Holtz. What college team is going to struggle after the 2020 draft? So what college team is going to struggle after the 2020 draft? This is a cool question.
I'm going to focus on regression candidates.
Did you say LSU if Joe Burrow goes?
That's what I was going to say. LSU is always going to have talent, but I don't think there's going to be like another Burrow for them next year. I think Oregon, too, with Justin Herbert, those teams might kind of take a bit of a step back there. And I kind of wonder how Wisconsin's going to fare without Taylor. Knowing them, they'll find another great back because that's just what Wisconsin does.
Yep. Let's go to Adolfo Picardo.
Probably that's pronounced.
Probably, yeah. Do you think there's a chance Chase Young ends up in Miami?
I think there is if they end up with pick 2 or 3. If the tank ends up being a little bit more successful down the stretch, let's say the Bengals get number 1 overall, Dolphins are picking 2. Are they going to take Herbert over Chase Young? I don't think 2 would be in the discussion.
What about
for
Burrow?
That pick. Well, Burrow would go number 1 to the Bengals in that scenario.
Oh, okay.
So then you're thinking between Chase Young and Justin Herbert. I think you might go with Chase Young in the end and try and gamble next year to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, knowing, of course, that this is the danger of tanking. A player could get hurt, and now you're in big trouble.
Let's go to Krypton, SPTNVNM. I think Jalen Hurts goes first. So are you saying in the first round or first overall?
I don't think he's going to.
Do you think that he'll go in the first round?
I could see him sneaking into the back end of round 1.
Okay.
Someone will take him in the top 50 at least.
Okay.
Maybe it's a team like the Bears, potentially.
So he says round. So he's saying
first round, I don't mind him going round 1.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen running quarterbacks have success. Hurts has really shown some growth. My biggest concern, I haven't gone back and charted it yet. I don't know how many tight window throws there have been for Jalen Hurts in this offense.
Okay.
Going back and looking back, I realized that was something maybe I overlooked for Baker and Kyler Murray. But there aren't a lot of tight window throws because the Oklahoma offense is schemed very well, and Hurts just doesn't always pull the trigger when the opportunity presents itself. Now, he's been great, don't get me wrong, but there is a big jump, I think, from Hurts, who, I said at Alabama, was probably going to be a late pick. Okay. He's helped his stock in a big way. I don't mind him in late round 1, but he's not the number 1 overall pick.
All right, Tom, this is a fun question. Appreciate it from D4K Prescott. Who will be the number 1 draft pick? So make sure you guys are using #draft. So who will be the number 1 draft pick in the 2020 NFL draft?
I think it's Joe Burrow. And if it's not Burrow, it's probably Chase Young. I think those are the 2 guys.
So Burrow or Young? B for Burrow, Y for Young, Let us know if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook. If you don't think it's going to be either of those players, well, guess what? The internet's pretty cool, and you can comment below who you think will be the number one pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Now, Tom, I want to give a special shout-out to BetDesi.
Yes.
Now, they've hooked us up here with an unbelievable offer, and if anybody who watches our show wants this offer, this is what you got to do. You got to go to chatsports.com/bet. Then you got to use that promo code NFL120, and you'll get a 120% deposit bonus. So what does that mean? If you put down $50 on BetDesi, the internet's #1 sportsbook, you will get $60 for free. You want to be a big baller like Tom over here? Put down $500, get $600 for free. So if you like betting on NFL, college football, NBA, there's one place to do it. It's at BetDesi, chatsports.com/bet. Let's go to Film Productions.
Long-time watcher.
Long-time watcher, and apparently he makes films. So, Lamb or Jerry Jeudy? So type L for Lamb or type J for Jeudy.
I don't think you can go wrong. Like, both of those players are fantastic. I've got Jeudy a little bit ahead of CeeDee Lamb right now, but there is no wrong choice here. Like, both of those guys are going to be wide receiver ones in the NFL. I have no problem going one way or the other.
Here's my question to you then.
Dealer's choice.
Over the last few years, the wide receivers that have been drafted in round 1 have kind of been disappointing. Is this going to break that?
You can't let that factor in, and yes, it will.
Yeah, you think this year will be different?
It's a great receiver class.
Okay. Let's go to Nathaniel Carner. What up, dude? Who do you think the Jets will pick up in the draft first?
It really depends on where they're drafting. Like, if they're picking, let's say, 8 or 9,
okay,
I don't really know which
the
direction
Jets right now are 3 and 7.
Right now they have the number 5 overall pick. That would put them in the range for one of the tackles, Tristan Wirfs or Andrew Thomas. That's the route I would go. If you can't get one of those two, you're probably looking at edge, but E.J. Epinesa, I don't know if that's the route you want. It might be a bit early. Does he fit your scheme ideally? It's kind of an awkward spot for the Jets, but I think trench play is where they have to focus right now.
All right, let's get this next question rolling in here. We got it from James Yoder. Shout out to James. Which current draft-eligible Michigan wide receiver, will be drafted highest if they come out? So this is a tough one. So, James, we appreciate the question. Make sure you guys are using hashtag NFL like Yoder did. Which current draft-eligible Michigan wide receiver will be drafted highest if they come out?
So you've got 3. You've got Donovan Peoples-Jones, DPJ, Nico Collins, and Tariq Black. I don't think it's Tariq Black. I'm pretty much willing to cross him off the list. I think it comes down to Nico Collins or Donovan Peoples-Jones. It's a toss-up for me between those two. Frankly, I don't think any of them should come out. They haven't been the best receiver on the Michigan's roster. That's pretty clearly been Ronnie Bell this year. But I think for DPJ and Collins, the NFL liked those guys really since they were in high school.
Well, they're big.
They're good athletes. They look the part of an NFL receiver. Collins is a little bit bigger than DPJ. DPJ also offers you some return ability. I'm curious how fast Collins would run. He's like 6'3", 215, somewhere in that range. If he can hit sub 4.5, I'd probably go Nico Collins, so that'll be my pick. And I'd say you start looking for him around round 4. Then you get Amaro Darboh, went a lot earlier than I thought he was going to go in the NFL draft too.
Well, James, we appreciate the question. It's a good one. Tom, I can already tell how excited you're going to be for this.
Draft.
So who loves the NFL draft? I don't know if anybody loves it as much as Tom, but if you want more draft coverage, good news. We'll be live for the 2020 NFL draft. So make sure that you guys subscribe, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Don't miss out. Tom, we were live last year for all 3 rounds. Millions and millions of viewers.
How many rounds, Mitch?
Oh, my God. 3 days. 3 days, 7 rounds.
There you go.
Exactly. It was a long time, but I think we were live for, like 42 hours? Yeah. Like, all together. Tom loves the draft, and we're going to be able to break it all down for you guys. So if you love the draft, take a screenshot of this and throw it out there on Instagram. Throw it on Twitter. I'll retweet it and post it on my story. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv.